First reading, Micah chapter 6 verse 1 to 4, 6 to 8. Hear ye what the Lord saith, Arise, contend thou in judgment against the mountains, and let the hills hear thy voice. Let the mountains hear the judgment of the Lord, and the strong foundations of the earth, for the Lord will enter into judgment with his people, and he will plead against Israel. O my people, what have I done to thee, or in what have I molested thee? Answer thou me. For I brought thee up out of the land of Egypt, and delivered thee out of the house of slaves, and I sent before thy face Moses, and Aaron, and Mary. What shall I offer to the Lord that is worthy? Wherewith shall I kneel before the high God? Shall I offer holocausts unto him, and calves of a year old? May the Lord be appeased with thousands of rams, or with many thousands of fat he-goats. Shall I give my firstborn for my wickedness, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? I will shew thee, O man, what is good, and what the Lord requireth of thee, verily, to do judgment, and to love mercy, and to walk solicitous with thy God. Psalms chapter 50 verse 5 to 6, 8 to 9, 16 to 7, 21, and 23. Gather yet together his saints to him, who set his covenant before sacrifices. And the heavens shall declare his justice, for God is judge. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices, and thy burnt offerings are always in my sight. I will not take calves out of thy house, nor he-goats out of thy flocks. But to the sinner God hath said, Why dost thou declare my justices, and take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hast hated discipline, and hast cast my words behind thee. These things hast thou done, and I was silent. Thou thoughtest unjustly that I should be like to thee, but I will reprove thee, and set before thy face. The sacrifice of praise shall glorify me, and there is the way by which I will shew him the salvation of God. Gospel, Matthew chapter 12 verse 38 to 42. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees answered him, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. Who answering said to them, An evil and adulterous generation seek the sign, and a sign shall not be given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet. For as Jonas was in the whale's belly 3 days and 3 nights, so shall the Son of Man be in the heart of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they did penance at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas here. The queen of the south shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. Because she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon here.